Album Concept Hour. The Album Concept Hour. It's the Album Concept Hour.
Welcome, everybody, to the Album Concept Hour. We are here to talk concept albums once again. Another week of November that this is. And we thought it'd be good. It's a good season to dive back into a band that we've covered a few times. And I'm very excited to get into this particular album. We're doing Ween's 12 Golden Country Greats from 1996.
Well, let's go.
I am your host, Bradley Barron, and you just heard John. And we have a guest that was actually on our last Ween episode.
It's almost our Ween specialist, as it would be.
Yeah. You're starting to be.
Yeah.
Edgar.
Well, thank you so much.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome back.
I'm excited to be here again.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
It's good to have you.
Like the experience.
Yeah.
I like to be able to get some knowledge thrown back.
We talked about Quebec, I think, last time you were on. Really, really fun album. And I learned, a different side of Ween.
Yeah.
But now we're going back to a really a different
side,
not a completely different type of Ween, but they're
something
definitely
right in the middle,
doing something else in this album.
Oh yeah,
so
they really kind of threw a curveball at everyone for sure.
Yeah.
No one saw this one coming.
Let's just dive right into it. Speaking of curveball, let's just get into our wiki facts because
okay.
there's some stuff to talk about here. So here's the theme. Yeah, so John, I think you wanted to start off.
Well, so
this week.
Originally, it was called 12 Golden Tracks because it was supposed to be 12 country tracks, but they kept the name because they also had 12, even though they discarded 2 of them to just do 10, they also had 12 great old country artists, from legends from the golden country era.
Yeah.
People that were on sessions for so many great country artists, over the years, and it really holds up in the whole album. Actually,
I wrote all of that down just for this.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad.
Yeah.
It's the best fact for me because I love old country.
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of the story of this album too. We'll get into it. Not everyone was entirely satisfied with being a part of this. But what about you, Edgar? You got any fun facts about Ween or about 12 Golden Country Greats?
I think for me, it was probably that I thought that Dean Ween was doing most of the guitars throughout the song. But then it came to find out that it was not, and he only did it on 2 songs, I believe. Throughout the album, and I'm like, oh, that's now more interesting than ever because I'm like, okay, and who was the guitarist during this?
Because that's definitely a key part of the sound of this album is that
through so many tracks.
Because Ween can be pretty lo-fi, in general. They started out very lo-fi with tapes, and I think they called the first couple of albums lo-fi.
Yeah,
but this is. This is straight up country.
What's cool about it for me is that I when you first brought this album up to me at all, one of the songs that I thought would be on it was there's this one track that I always heard that Ted and Shesky always listened to, and it was about being I thought that we were brothers, and it's so it's as soon as so that was later, I guess. So it's when you brought that up, I guess that's where they got the chops from, that. So I thought that would for sure be on it because that always made me think of country music.
Okay.
I never thought that was Ween until you brought up the SpongeBob song, and then I started doing actual Ween info, and I was like, holy crap, these guys are 6 songs that I just love. I didn't know any of them were.
They've also been in a movie. I recently found out.
Oh yeah, they were in a movie.
Yeah. It's I forgot the title of the movie, but there is one scene in there where you see them talking to the main guy from the movie, and It's kind of interesting. I was like, oh, snap.
Just to show up.
Yeah, they just show up.
I have seen this. When I did research the last time, I think I watched that on YouTube, but I've never seen the movie it's from.
I got to find this movie. I want to watch it now.
Yeah. What's your
fact,
my fact, I was going to say there is a song, track 6, where they originally were going to have Muhammad Ali, a speech by Muhammad Ali at the end of the track. But they did not clear that.
Yeah, I did read
Muhammad
that.
Ali.
Yeah.
So that is Powder Blue. It's supposed to end with Muhammad Ali and
ladies and gentlemen,
talking
Mr.
after
Muhammad
a
Ali.
fight. I think it was with
Yeah.
like music behind it. But I think that one could have guessed that they were not going to clear that. So
definitely.
Yeah. Whatever.
Because what? It was 96. Yeah, Muhammad Ali retired before that.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he's really the kind.
He didn't
person
need
to
the
just let
attention,
people
you
use
know?
his likeness and image. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, and again, he
Doesn't
didn't
strike
really
me as
need the
that.
attention. You know, he was good.
especially
You know?
like
Yes.
Powder Blue has like very
Powder. Yeah.
This
isn't gonna-
This isn't gonna
like,
put
what?
you on the map.
No.
you know?
No. What? No. But yeah, that's my wiki fact. Yeah. So another thing we're going to do before we dive into these tracks, we're actually going to go through a couple of voicemails, actually.
Oh, my goodness.
For the first time ever on the Album Concept Hour, we have accumulated... well, actually, no. We did have that voicemail a while back telling us about some really great insurance. But
we did.
But
Some really crappy great
other than
insurance,
that, yeah. So we
That's how we knew we were a real number.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. They
You
let
can
us know.
prove people we are a real number.
Yeah.
Right there.
Nice.
After at some point I set up the phone line. Then we did the Ween episode with Quebec, and this guy from Los Angeles called in to set us straight about Mean Ween.
Set us straight.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had some information, So
well, that's good because again, these are just things that I've read upon. So I would like to hear something.
We
back
do
from,
love the
hardcore-
constructive criticism
from some hardcore Ween fans out there.
But he's pretty, he's pretty giving. So here's the voicemail.
Let's go.
Hey, this is Jason in Los Angeles, California. I'm listening to your Quebec episode, the Ween album for 2003. Never listened to your podcast before. You guys are very affable and easy to listen to, and I got to give you major props on the sound quality.
Thank you.
Guys speaking into your mics properly.
Thank
you
you.
guys don't know shit about Ween. It's driving me
Oh, sorry, man.
who plays what part is all listed in the liner notes.
Yeah, that's fair.
I understand you may not see this copy.
Yeah.
I have a copy.
Sometimes I'm not
But
always looking.
it's indeed an electric guitar on Tried and True. Also, Mean Ween is a real person. He appears on a couple of the earlier albums.
Yeah.
On the Pod. I believe he's the dude on the cover of the Pod. Sometimes he's a friend of theirs. What else did you get fucking wrong? I'm trying to get crazy, but I enjoy the podcast. Feel free to quote me on any of this if you want to. And reach out with any Ween-related questions. I know pretty much every answer. 323.
Okay.
Beep.
Nice.
You have to call this guy back. Tell him we did another episode.
I did send him a message,
That's fantastic.
letting him know, like, hey, we're gonna play this.
You're awesome.
We are quoting you, as you said. That's that was our voicemail about Ween. To follow up with what he was saying, there is the early years I learned about Mean Ween, and that was their where is it? Chris Williams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Chris Williams is the name of Mean Ween. Thank you, Jason, for the voicemail. We really do appreciate it, and we hope that you call again.
Yeah,
seriously.
608 hit nerd.
We love that.
And we have one more actually. You guys haven't heard this one yet, but this is just a random
this is new
one.
even to me.
This is I don't really know what to tell you about this one. It's just that's right. Someone left me this with the word embroidered as the the only word in this.
All right.
No name, no anything. So
nice,
embroidered.
nice.
If you're out there,
love it.
yeah. Here's embroidered's song.
Embroidered.
Is this a prank?
I don't.
This is
Somebody just trying to get their music out there, maybe?
honestly.
It's a cool prank.
Yeah,
it's a
it
prank.
is.
It's nice. It's good music.
It is.
I'm gonna
I
send
like
relaxing music to you.
Yeah. It's
God,
a very elevator
nice.
music, you know?
Listen to this part.
It's really got that finger plucking down on this.
Fucking classical shit.
Maybe that's the name of the song.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you are
Awesome.
embroidered, that was beautiful. Thanks
Yeah,
for
we
sending
liked
it in, and I would
Definitely.
love for you to
Teach me how to
talk to
do
us.
that.
talk to us. Who are you? I'd love to share your socials and shit. That's
Yeah,
really really cool.
That's really cool.
track. Yeah. So those are our voicemails for now. If you have another thing
We'd love
add,
to
if
do
you'd love
another-
if you want to
we'd love to
send-
do
I'd
another
like
segment.
to find out new things. You know?
Yeah, if you
That's
want to just
very
send
good.
that type of thing, like literally just play some music and
Oh,
send it to
yes,
us.
definitely.
Honestly,
Hell,
Some
that'd be cool
saxophone?
as hell.
Some saxophone would
sexy
be
sax.
nice. Yeah,
That'd be
there
nice.
you
I
go.
do
Be
love
nice.
some sexy sax.
Yeah. Yeah. That's those are our voicemails for the day. And we have 10 songs to get to.
Yeah, we
for
do.
10.
12 country greats.
Golden greats.
Golden.
The
country
golden.
The golden oldies.
greats. So yeah, you
Which
should
some
know.
of them are.
You should know for context.
Almost.
It used to be 12 tracks, but was whittled down to
Just 10.
Just 10. And there's I think around 12 people that were in this. What they deemed the. I think they called it the
The
Shit
essential
Creek
set.
Band.
The Shit
Yes.
Creek Band.
Yeah. So
That's great.
yeah. But yeah, let's get to this first track though. This first track is a really, really nice number called "I'm Holding You."
Nice.
I'm breathing the fumes of the grid that rid my lobe of oxygen. I'm climbing the walls to where good and evil make amends.
See, you could put that in like a mix of like country songs just like that, and if you
Yeah.
put like 8 of them in a row and put that right in the middle,
Yeah.
no one would notice a damn difference.
Yeah.
And they would just these
Yeah.
old white couples would just still be
Dancing along to it.
slow
Yeah,
dancing
definitely.
Yeah.
right along. You know, they wouldn't notice a damn thing about the lyrics.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is
There's some of these
perfect
tracks that
50s
you
country.
definitely notice the lyrics, and
Right.
they're
course.
raunchy. This is going to be a raunchy one. There's
Right.
trigger warnings all over this. But
It's a beautiful mix
it's a
of
very-
wholesome music and
Yeah.
very raunchy shit.
Yes,
they really
definitely.
they really draw you in with this first track. Like what the way I see it, I guess, is they draw you into a false sense that they're taking this seriously.
Yes, that is true. It's like it sounds wholesome, but if you really read in between the lines and listen to it good,
Well, this one's mostly like also lyrically wholesome.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like it's not really getting too weird for the most part.
It's just weird the way they say it sometimes.
Yeah, if you think like the fumes of the grid that rid my lobe of oxygen, like that's not usually in like a country song.
oh yeah,
probably.
you know you ain't hearing that.
Yeah.
Especially 50s country.
Well, I guess unless you're Hank Williams 3, then you're
Okay.
probably
Well, that's different. He wrote
Yeah.
a song about fucking goats, and that's weird.
Yeah,
Oh,
that sounds
Anyways,
right.
did
That
not
sounds right.
know that.
Yeah.
Have we
It's like
covered Hank Williams 3 yet?
it's like a 15-minute long song.
Oh
too.
jeez, it's a commitment.
Nick played it at the bowling alley once. It was not a good time.
Oh yeah,
Anyways.
That's how you get your money's worth.
Anyway, and that's what he kept saying.
The Dripping
Mother
Tap by King
trucker.
Gizzard. Go play it at your
Ugh.
local establishments.
So, anyways, this is a good song.
We should come up with like a trolley playlist of like 15 plus songs that you can find on the jukebox.
We could do that. We have
Be
enough.
the real.
We just got to look at what's the one, the Jerusalem one.
Dope Smoker.
Yeah, Dope Smoker.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ,
Oh man, if that's on the juke, I doubt
one
on the
track.
jukebox,
There's
though.
one track of that.
I doubt they have the rights to that figured out for that version.
It's like an hour-long album.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And somebody divided into like 5 tracks.
Oh,
that was tough to cover.
Okay.
But we did it.
Nice.
We did it.
Twice.
Hey.
We did it twice.
Good job.
Brad did it twice. I did it once. Anyways.
So, for this song, you might be wondering after hearing that clip, this sounds pretty Willie Nelson.
Oh, very much so.
Yes.
And
Early Willie, especially.
there is a specific reason that is. It's because these are some of the motherfuckers that
Played
with Willie Nelson.
No.
Well, also, not just that. There's the Jordanaires vocals.
I saw
on this
them.
track,
Oh, yes.
who were the backup vocalists for people like Elvis Presley.
Oh, I did read about
others.
that. That is.
So
I just did not want to pronounce the name because I feel like I would butcher it. Honestly.
I think it's Jordanaires.
Crazy. No, I think it's Jordan. That's how I read it too.
But yeah. So they're starting with some legends.
it's pretty white
Oh, yeah.
group, so it's probably Jordan there.
Yeah, they don't have Willie himself, but they have some of the artists that he has.
I bet they
worked
covered
with
some
him
Johnny
and,
Cash.
been
yeah.
around with him
Yeah.
throughout some tours.
These guys had some pretty good vocals. you
Yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah.
so-
In fact, let's list the personnel here. So we got the Jordanaires on the vocals for this track in particular.
Nice.
They're not on every track, but we got Pete Wade on the dobro guitar and 6-string
Let's
bass.
go.
We got Bob Ray on bass and Kip Paxton on bass as well. Probably
Can
different
never
songs.
have too much bass.
No,
Never. Especially some upright bass.
Well, yeah, you
Exactly.
look at King Gizzard, and like every
Oh,
person
yeah.
in King Gizzard, they have bass listed. Then we got Buddy Blackman on banjo, Russ Hicks on pedal steel,
Nice.
Some of that
Buddy-
pedal steel is good.
Buddy Spiker,
Yes.
Spiker. I don't want
Buddy
I'm gonna say
Specker.
Spiker.
It's
I like
Spiker.
It's probably yeah.
Spiker.
Fiddle. He's on
It's
fiddle and
Spiker.
mandolin. Bobby Ogden on
Ogden.
piano.
Nice.
Hargus Pig
Pig Robbins.
on piano, Dennis Solee on clarinet, Charlie McCoy on organ, banjo, bass, harmonica, percussion, trumpet,
See,
tuba.
some of
and
these
vibraphone.
guys
That
just
guy-
play.
That guy has been around
Yeah.
for many songs throughout the 50s. For
I'm
sure.
assuming he must be on a lot of these tracks.
Oh, look
too.
at him. Look at him. He
That
played
man-
at the Grand Ole Opry. You see that?
Look
yeah.
at him.
Yeah. That's a Grand Ole Opry motherfucker.
That's a Grand Ole Opry looking ass motherfucker.
Yeah. We got Gene Chrisman on drums, and Buddy Harmon on drums.
Buddy.
And then, that
So
might
many
be.
good-
Hold
so
on,
many good
1, 2,
drummers
3,
named
4,
Buddy.
5,
Yeah,
6, 7,
that is
8,
true.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, you're right. It's 12 plus Jordanaires. So yeah, 12 country greats is applicable for the people because there's like 3 additional listed for engineer, producer, and
great.
art direction. Bobby Bradley, Ben Vaughn, and Chuck D. Hahn.
Yeah.
So this is an album that is just like
crazy.
from what I understand, they recorded a lot of this without the lyrics attached. Like a lot of this was, they ordered what
they were
wanted
going for a
and-
feeling, and then they said, we're going to go against the feeling with the lyrics.
And so that's kind of gets
I mean,
into.
they achieved what they wanted to.
They did,
Yeah.
and honestly,
They do
Like-
ease you into it though. In
They
the album.
do.
So let's just get to the second track though.
Right.
This is Japanese Cowboy for the second track.
yeehaw.
I'm walking in circles and feeling the pain. I'm tossing and turning and crying in vain. Like a Japanese cowboy or a brother on skates. Like a blizzard in Georgia.
You see, like some of these, like it's almost like they're going on purpose. You know, some of these old ass country artists listen to Japanese Cowboy, and they're like, Where was Japanese Cowboy in anything that we were playing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if they recorded that first before attaching the lyrics.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder if they saw the song titles or if they were different
I
titles.
don't think so. I
Who
think
knows?
they just were told what to record.
Yeah.
Because the recording is so natural.
This was also like...
And they did the vocals.
They
so
did a
well,
sleight
too.
of hand type of deal when they proposed this.
Yeah,
They were
pretty
like,
much.
They
Pretty much.
Some people didn't know exactly what was going to happen.
right, because it's like,
But
like,
they did a great job.
Well, so this is they had 4 professionally recorded albums under Elektra, which started with Chocolate and Cheese, then 12 Golden Country Greats, then the Mollusk and White Pepper after that.
nice.
So I think that the fact that it's Chocolate and Cheese is a big hit, and then the Mollusk is a big hit.
This was their
Kinda
their
saves
thing.
them
This was
a
like
little bit.
Oh my goodness. They wanted to try something and they knew they could.
Yeah, because I can't.
Accomplished.
This must have been very hard to market if you are the person working at the record label.
What
Like,
what do you
do, right?
Yeah,
what are you
yeah.
doing?
Yeah. What list does this fit on? But this one, like, we're not to the weirder stuff yet. But this one kind of, again, it's Japanese Cowboy it introduces, which is like, that's an interesting concept. But it doesn't seem too nefarious.
No,
it's
not.
It could be in the background of something, and you wouldn't notice.
Yeah, after a good few drinks in you,
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh yeah, this is the best.
You could throw this
Yeah.
right in the back of some Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, you hear it a few
Cool,
times,
yeah.
you'd be like, did he say brother on skates? Interesting. Okay. But yeah, again, very agreeable. This one, this is, I don't know, kind of another kind of
breakfast at Shoney's,
Like
like $2.99.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Is that a place you guys know about? Shoney's? I don't know about.
Well,
Shoney's.
I've heard
I don't know.
of
It
Shoney's.
sounds. I would
sounds like
honestly.
I've heard
of
It looks like
Shoney's.
It sounds like
Oh,
for sure a
wait,
diner in like the
Shoney's.
East Coast.
The Rick and Morty.
Oh, is there a Shoney's?
You
Oh,
remember
but
that's
this is
that's the
before.
memory episode.
But this
He's
is
sitting in a Shoney's.
That's true.
It's
Man.
the Denny's of the
Oh,
South.
of
That's
course.
why I've been there. They
Of
have like this
course.
buffet with like fried chicken on it, and it's
Yeah.
the Denny's of the South, but it's not Denny's. It's
Okay.
Shoney's.
Shoney's.
So
Kinda
My
this
like
is-
God.
kind of like a Blaine's Farm and Fleet
Mother of
and
God.
Fleet and
You're
Farm.
breaking-
Yes, kind of situation. Only
What is it?
only
Michael's
North
Fleet and
versus
Farm.
South.
I can never remember.
Yeah,
And
so,
they have the same, like, I swear to God, I bet they're owned by the same company because they have the same kind of sign. It just says, one says Denny's.
Just
One
business
says
friends
Shoney's.
where they had differences on how to
Okay.
run things. So they're like,
Mhm.
I'll run this part, you run that part.
Yeah.
$2.99 though. See, that's a good price for.
But that's
Yeah, but
that's why. That's why
inflation, though.
Denny's
It's
makes
not.
it-
I
it's the
doubt
same
it's
thing.
$2.99 at Shoney's now.
Of
No,
course
you're definitely
not.
not.
This
No.
was
Price
made
has
many,
gone
many,
up.
many aeons ago.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean,
I'm really glad we figured that out, guys. That was bugging.
Thank you. Yeah.
done.
But this one, I was just gonna say, moving forward in this album, kind of the theme and concept that we're gonna run into over and over again is different country pastiche whether
Oh,
it be
yeah.
the cringy lyrics or the sounds.
Yeah.
So know that
They're
before
really
we get
just
to this
like-
next track. But before we get to the next track, I want to include a little clip of the song that this is interpolating. This is Chariots of Fire by Vangelis.
Oh,
And I promise you guys will recognize this.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Oh my
You
God.
didn't even need to keep playing it on the first note.
What the fuck?
Just Baywatch and running down the beach is all I can keep picturing right now.
Yeah.
And
So-
I've been watching a lot of fucking
Makes
David
sense, yeah, no, I-
Hasselhoff new
Yeah.
videos. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that was popular in the 90s.
Yeah,
That was in
okay.
Of course it was.
Exactly.
It was in everything in the 90s.
Oh my God.
Again, continuing to
Dramatic
build on
effect.
Mother of
my
God.
theory that this is a joke. Like,
Bro, when I listened to this entire album, I knew like they were just picking at it.
This
like
is great.
they finessed their way to drop this album, and it's fantastic.
They had to have acted.
There's
so
many
serious
things that
definitely.
they like
a period
didn't say, and they're just like they bullshitted their way through, and then they dropped it. And everyone was like, "Well, here it is, I guess."
They're like, "Let's see how far we can
go
take
back
this.
now."
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
So so that's an example of kind of the influences that they're drawing from.
That's fantastic.
This next track we have for you is where if you're listening in a bar, you're gonna be like, what? Here is Piss Up a Rope.
Oh.
Time for the dog and none for her man. And I'm no dope, but I can't cope. So hit the fucking road and piss up a rope. You can piss up a rope and you can put on your shoes. Hit the road, get trucking. Pack your bag, I don't need the ag on your knees, you big.
I think this is my favorite song on the whole.
Yeah, I thought that was a good place to cut it off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
for that verse. You can listen to the full thing if you'd like.
This is a great song.
I didn't feel like censoring a clip, but yeah. This is a wild song. It's a good song. It's a good musically, really, really good. I mean, it's fun.
Oh, it is perfectly done.
But man, this is like so like 90s like edgy humor, you know?
Oh yes,
like,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, like this is definitely born of the Generation X. Like, it's funny because it's so offensive.
Yeah,
you know,
but it could be in a Western,
like the old MTV, like Mad TV when it was still out. I still had like there were some very questionable
there was some
jokes,
shit.
but it was
there
funny.
was some shit.
There was a lot of problematic things in the 90s for sure. But like, yeah, this is definitely just to give some context, like where this is coming from. This song is kind of a song about taking lightly domestic abuse, I guess. He said that he wrote this about his wife.
Sounds like, well, yeah, okay, so yeah.
Whenever asked about it, he's like, listen, it's fine. I wrote it about my wife. Which is just like, okay. But yeah, it's Dean Ween on the lead vocals for that one, who's on, I think most of.
Yeah, I could tell it was a deeper voice. Dean's the deeper voice. Right?
Dean is the deeper voice.
I think it is. Yeah.
Geener.
I think it's Gene's voice in most of the tracks, but
yeah.
What this reminds me of though is kind of like the Beastie Boys song "Girls." In a way,
yeah.
In the sense that it's like very like adolescent, very like you know,
in your face,
immature about everything, you know. Just piss up or just saying the most vulgar stuff you can at someone, you know,
angry and just spewing nonsense.
Oh, it's great.
You know that
this is perfect country edge though. Like this is the kind of petty shit a country person would really
this
think
is
about.
like blue country. Very blue country.
I am from fucking like small town country shit. This is the kind of thing those fuckers are thinking about for any enemy they have. Piss up a rope.
I bet.
Piss up a rope. Fuck face.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. I shit you not.
And in a nice, fun little jaunt.
Exactly.
Every time.
It's all like upbeat. You're like, oh yeah, I'm into it. Honestly,
it's like, oh, this is fun. Like I don't know if if he's supposed to be making fun of him or what, but this is great. You know. But yeah, it's hold on. Let me. Let me read this part. You can piss up a rope and watch me giggle. For the last 6 months, I've been packing your bag. You can wash my balls with a warm, wet rag till my balls feel smooth and soft like silk. I'm sick of your mouth and your 2% milk. I'm no dope, but I've lost all hope. So hit the fucking road and piss up a rope.
He's very aggressively kicking her out, honestly.
Yeah,
he's
so,
just like, get out of this house now, woman.
Tell us what you think about these lyrics at 1608 Hit Nerd. I'd love to see what you guys think of this track. But this next track though we have it goes back into kind of a very kind of sweet feel like the first couple of tracks. So again, they don't want to show their cards too much.
Oh no!
At this point,
no. At this point, they're already a few songs in deep, and it's already like, okay, we got.
Because Up or Up is like a test.
Yeah.
It's like
we're going to the edge here. We're going to the edge now.
Now let's see what's up with. I don't want to leave you on the phone.
Go get something. Hey, thanks for nothing. I'll keep trucking and getting myself stoned.
Right off the bat, Charlie McCoy with that nice harmonica.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, no, I wanted to say two things I love about that clip. You got the got a nice, got a nice little bass in there, and then you got some beautiful steel guitar.
Oh, the steel guitar.
The steel guitar.
So good on this album. Bro. Yeah. Yeah. And I love the vocals a lot.
Yeah.
Like whenever he gets into this kind of really sweet mode, like it's just
like he nails it.
He's an edgelord, but he nails the sweet stuff too.
He's got that. It's like what 96. He still has that pretty boy face. So he's he's just getting, he's just sliding in.
Oh yeah, sliding in those DMs.
Exactly.
I don't want to leave you on the farm.
But also, I was thinking that just listening to it now, like these vocals are where you can really tell it's recorded at a different time.
Oh, yes.
You know?
Yeah. It seems like this one he kind of had more time to think and like process it and like kind of work all into it.
Well, and they're a lot more like processed and produced than the
like they were more
instruments.
Like fixed up and edited very well before, and then like he
more like
just kept listening
up front and center. Like Ween likes their vocals like up front and center. Generally, it seems like.
Oh,
but because they do all sorts of weird fucking shit with their vocals.
Come on, push the little daisies. Come on.
Yeah. Push little daisies. Yeah, that one is. We watched a couple of their music videos earlier in preparation for this. They don't have a lot.
No,
but
they need to drop more.
Someone, you know what? If someone wants to join the Patreon for $5 and suggest a Ween song with some kind of
music
IP that I could make, I'm still making those music videos. So patreon.com/.
Let's go.
Flyover State Park. I'll stop with the ads. Sorry, guys. It's too many ads in the first half.
I already got to deal with it on YouTube, man.
You know, maybe I'll save you guys an ad in the middle. You know, I'll just take out the middle ad for you guys for this episode, so that you don't feel like you're kind of being flooded with it. I don't want to leave you on the farm. These lyrics.
I enjoy this song so much. It's so peaceful, honestly.
Yeah,
and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. So does.
Yeah. I don't really know exactly what it means necessarily.
Honest to
it's
God,
like a vibe.
You know what's weird
general,
is when I hear it, I think about like there's a song that Paul McCartney did.
Yeah.
Called oh God, he did it when he left the Beatles, and it was right before he did Wings.
Okay.
And it was
Can't wait to start playing that
again
during Christmas.
Somebody's farm, and it's really like. And it really brings me back to that, but it's more of a positive song, you know, and it's still very like reminiscent. I don't know. I really like it though. And I grew up on a farm, so I really
so that's the other thing, right?
Kind of brings me back to.
I feel like he at this point he's also trying to think like this is what a farmer must feel like, waking up so early in the morning at crack of dawn just to start like just to start working, and it's all every morning. Day.
This is the everyman country song.
Yeah, like you wake up early, go to your morning job, you're there the entire day, you may get home past like 7. You never know, you know?
Yeah.
And then all day.
It's a hard life.
Yeah, it's a hard life.
Yeah,
For everyone who's hard working out there, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, congrats, keep pushing on. Like, I feel that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Keep working from dawn till dusk. You're the reason I can go to the grocery store.
Exactly.
I appreciate you.
Well, yeah, it's not the same, but I had a wood burning furnace when I grew up, and so we were like splitting wood all year round and collecting wood and stuff. So I mean,
that's similar stuff.
Yeah,
so you're like working all day because you want to have enough heat or a consistent heat.
Because we need to get enough wood for the winter every year, you know. And I'm sure it saved us a lot of money in the long run. And the heat was fucking stank.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a really like nice feeling song, like very genuine, I think. I don't think they're even trying to really joke at all in this one.
You can for sure tell that.
But I do think they like to keep it kind of guarded sometimes when they are joking. But yeah, this next track we got for you guys is this might be one of my favorite ones, I think, on the album. This is Pretty Girl.
There's a pretty girl and she sees him walking, looking him up and down. She thinks she'd like to roll and rock him, turn his life around. Turns life around. Turn his life around.
There's a scum sucking, pig lip pucking,
That
fat
fiddle, though.
driving.
Yeah, right?
That fiddle.
Yeah.
That's the fiddle got me in this song. That's just
Friggin-
fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Buddy Speaker in with the fiddle.
Ugh.
Fucking killing it with the fiddle.
That man's been playing that fiddle for
Spiker,
years.
okay.
Spiker. All right. I like
Buddy
that pronunciation
Spiker.
a lot
Honestly,
better.
yes.
But yeah, this is kind of another, another style of country song where it's like it's got a verse from the girl's perspective. She wants to rock and roll him around. From the guy's perspective, he
Right.
wants to rock and roll her around.
Yeah.
We've covered many country songs
When I
like
was
that.
first listening to that,
Oh, this is great.
continuously back when I first listened to this album, it took me a while to make that like note of like, he's going from both different perspectives of like what they both are thinking and like are seeing at the same time. So I was like, oh man, that's actually pretty interesting. Like I didn't know that. That's like they really threw it in there for sure.
Yeah, like that's one thing like that country, like people forget about country, I think, is that I don't know, like we exist in like a post like pop country world or whatever.
Yeah, a post Taylor Swift world of country, yes.
Yeah, there is all of this country that is from just an everyman perspective. It's from a certain person's perspective. Whether
it was
it be
from the poor
woman,
perspective
the man,
for a long time.
The natives that we ran off the land for Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
So there's always these character stories in country songs which are important. That folk element of country
Storytelling and
yeah.
picturing a nice like moment that you need to know.
Mm-hmm. But then it also has the vocals like fucking Mollusk Man or fucking Ocean Man or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's this one like I like because it's like
this sounds very bluegrass.
It sounds very bluegrass, but it also, because of the vocals, again, the production on the vocals, it sounds like almost otherworldly bluegrass.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they very disoriented.
Yeah. This album is a bit disorienting. Yeah. I think that it like, I mean, there's an obvious reason that they weren't singing the vocals in the room with the musicians.
Right. Like
they clearly had a plan.
That would not have gone all over very well.
No. And I think they knew that. I think they probably
right away.
knew
You
that.
think they're a little smarter than that?
I think they maybe knew that. Yeah. Especially, we'll get to it, but it does seem like they are kind of in on the joke, and not letting everyone else in on it. Which is, again, a very 90s
when
thing
you can
to
get
do.
away with it, get away with
real
it.
Gen X move. Like, oh,
Slip
man,
it
I'm
under
going to
the
fuck
radar
with this
here.
record label and see what I can get away with. Like,
Fuck it. They're the ones throwing 10 grand. They're the ones throwing $100,000 at us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't tell us what we couldn't do.
Yeah, right?
They just assumed.
Hey,
that's their fault.
They just assume we make one really good commercially viable album that we're just going to do that again. Like,
but guess
get
what?
away with this.
Guess what?
Not today.
Not today. But yeah, this one feels very Ween to me too. I think it's not all of these really sound like a typical Ween song, but this one I think could fit on other albums.
Oh yeah.
But we'll play one more track though before we get on to our quick break. And this next track is track 6. It is Powder Blue.
Oh, man.
For you, I'll be true. My powder blue, it's all for you. It's all for you.
Yeah.
This one is a bit hard to say, you know, like the vocals sound like they had to have told them.
I think they could have.
Yeah, you know,
I
like they
think
had
that-
to at least either record
Yeah.
it together or like they were just like, hey, like sing Powder Blue in the background at these moments in the track.
Yeah,
you know?
they're repeating some of the
so
things.
or like, you know,
So they had to have some loose vocals at least.
yeah.
Well, let me hear that one more time.
For you, I'll be true.
There you go. See,
My
Huh.
powder blue, it's all
there's
for
more
you.
vocals.
Were they in the same room?
Yeah,
That's so
it-
bizarre.
All for you.
So like
Huh.
they probably this one had to be.
These guys sound so much like the Oak Ridge Boys. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oak Ridge
know.
Boys. My aunt is a really big fan. of
me
the
and
Oak
me
Ridge
and my
Boys.
dad used to sing Elvira at every every
Oh, were they?
family event we ever had.
Oh, you know, I saw a picture of them with a cutout of Elvira,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What's with the
yeah,
Elvira cutout?"
they say
have-
it's one of their favorite songs. Elvira.
Are,
Ba-doom, boom.
are they
boom,
talking
boom.
about the horror?
They're talking about a. They're
Queen?
talking about a girl. No, they're
not
talking
the-
about a different. They're talking about a girl named Elvira.
Well, what is she?
who
The
they want
Princess
to
of Horror,
wed.
the
There is
Queen of
an
Darkness?
Elvira. Yes, that's true.
Right. So like.
But
Yeah.
and
Love me
but
some
this was
Elvira.
not that Elvira. But anyways, that's who they
Oak Ridge
sound
Boys, what we're
like.
talking about. Yeah, I got distracted.
That's who they sound
Elvira.
like. As straight up from like those country, like that was the sound. Like, you know, Johnny Cash
yeah.
used to use them
Yeah.
a lot in some of his early songs, you know, and just
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
That is just beautiful
Yeah. Well,
country music.
yeah, this one also has the Jordanaires.
Yeah, that's the
from-
thing, right? So like
Yeah.
they like.
Well, no,
I didn't read anything about this one, especially like.
Yeah.
So I was looking forward to trying to find something before then, but
Yeah.
work has been kicking my ass. But so like,
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know that's
So
that's,
it's interesting
why,
to
that's
finally,
why
like,
I'm
listen to
here.
it.
You
Yeah.
know? I do my deep dives, and
Love
I got my notes.
I enjoy that.
Yeah, this is actually the
Listen,
one
this is
where
why we do
Muhammad
this, my
Ali
friend.
was supposed to be at
Oh,
the very end listed.
Yes. Then
Yeah.
that went terribly wrong.
But they did actually print a run of CDs that did have that on it.
Oh,
So there does exist like physical
Ooh.
copies of it that include the speech, and they had to cut it. Like it just abruptly cuts. You'll notice. Yeah, it used to be a big speech after. I think it might be after fighting George Foreman.
yeah.
Yeah, just you know, kind of typical Muhammad Ali stuff here.
Yeah.
nothing really
greatest.
special to write home about, but they do the thing. They do the tubular bells thing at the end of this, where they list off all the people playing the different instruments.
Yeah, that was so nice
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they threw that in there in the
yeah,
song.
yeah. Very classic usually live thing that you do.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's always a fun part of the show. Everyone gets their little moment to noodle on their instrument, you know.
fantastic. Steel guitar part was
Listen,
my
I mean
favorite out of
that's you know, it's what I've always said. Like is like what I don't like about modern music is you're really losing the band
Oh yeah.
aspect.
Yeah,
You
yeah, a
know,
lot
the
of times.
meshing,
Yeah.
like because listen, you can do a lot of things on computers,
Yeah,
but like
You can't. You need a group
Yup.
of friends.
You need people
need
yeah,
that know how to play
strong
off each other.
vibe. Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
yeah. It's a
like, you
it's a
can't
magical
forget
thing when
that.
you see it.
You can't forget that.
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
Powder Blue also, I was wondering, I was kind of thinking about the powder blue aspect of it all, 'cause it just talks
of
about
course.
it throughout.
Yeah. The whole song.
Wonder what the powder
Powder
blue
blue.
is.
Well, no, well, here's the thing. I know you're thinking probably the cocaine, You know,
The
but
what?
the cocaine.
Well,
Why would he?
Why would I ever think about that?
But I'm thinking for this, maybe I actually looked up the color powder blue, and it is a specific color,
Right.
kind of like similar to baby blue, but a little more, I guess,
Lighter, more
grayish.
Okay.
But what I was thinking maybe this is about is literally just the sky, like the wide open sky for like a cowboy. Like
that's a nice
walking
literal
through the
meaning.
desert. You know?
Yeah.
Just
right
absorbing
through the desert,
in
no
all the powder
clouds.
blue. You know,
You're almost dying from thirst and starvation.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see some cool things
trying to keep your.
No, honestly, that changed my
For
perspective
you.
about it now, and I
Well,
appreciate
because
that.
at first
Yeah.
I did think like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, these guys have been known to dabble, so
People dabble.
Yeah.
it could be
Just
another
dabble do you
a joke,
sometimes.
but
Yeah.
I think this one
Dabble do ya.
might be genuine. It might be genuine. Yeah.
Just
Go
like I
with
don't
that.
want to leave
That's
you on the
nice.
farm. Like that one's genuine.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
I don't want to leave you behind.
You see, that's how they trick everyone, I think, because they always mix in their joke songs with like normal songs that aren't jokes at all. And
Who
they
knows
never,
when we're serious?
and they
That's
never
for
tell
you
you.
to figure
They
out.
never leave the hint that what's a joke and what's not. That's
Yeah.
what I appreciate about them. It's
Uh-huh.
it's fun. It's very Gen X,
Right.
But really fun track though. You get a little bit of if you listen to the end of it, you get a little bit of each of the instruments. On
Definitely.
there. Bobby Ogden, Charlie McCoy, and Charlie Russ Hicks on the steel guitar.
Steel guitar
Then
for
Muhammad
the
Ali, of
win.
course.
I love that steel guitar so much.
Yeah.
It's
It's
so
amazing.
wrong. That
Wanna
it's never
go-
get
I want to
used
buy one and
in like country
just
music.
I'd love
learn
to-
how to play one.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd love to
specifically.
like dick around on one because I've never
Yeah.
even had one in front of
They
me long
sound
enough
Right.
to-
so good.
I mean, there's a mandolin. Somebody plays the mandolin in here, I believe. It's,
Oh yeah.
What's his?
Oh, there's hold on, they probably have it right here. Mandolin. It's probably that guy that played everything. Oh no. Oh,
Yeah.
same guy. Buddy Spiker.
Yeah, the mandolin. I've
Yeah.
played a
What
mandolin.
is Speicher?
So hard because it's like most of the when you get to the top of the neck fret, it's
Yeah.
all tight in there. For
Oh
the
yeah, those
chords.
tiny frets.
Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
but it sounds so good. I love messing with one of those when I got my hands on one.
Yeah. I haven't really messed around with any of those. Like I played around with like ukulele or whatever. but
Yeah.
I got big hands, so I have trouble even on just
Like,
a
get it
regular
on
guitar.
small. Yeah.
yeah. So if they make a giant mandolin though, maybe I could dig that.
Holler at your boy here.
I'll have to create my own.
Right.
Yeah. That's the first 6 tracks, and when we
four more for
we got
you.
4 more for you.
Four
When we
more.
come back, we're gonna go through Edgar's Desert Island Top 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, so look forward to that
Yeah.
on
We
the
got-
Album Concept Hour.
Woo.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Album Concept Hour. We got 4 more tracks of Ween's 12 Golden Country Greats for you. But first, we are going to go into a little segment where we find out what Edgar's top 5 Desert Island songs are. Here's the theme.
Songs.
All right. Edgar, what do you got?
What I got? All right. Number 1, Prince, Purple Rain album and movie.
Oh, okay.
Good one.
We have that on the
Fantastic.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should be on the Purple Rain episode for the
I think
YouTube
I think
series.
that's why I recommended it in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
place.
I think,
actually.
yeah. Honestly, because
I could use a guide.
I've also been at his estate for my birthday one year.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
If you want an experience, trust me, there's very varieties that you can get if you want to
Yeah.
spend the money for like the whole experience.
Yeah.
But very worth it for what we did.
So that's something that people can just do?
Yeah, you can
go to-
get tour tickets,
Huh.
and then there's like 3 or 4 different levels.
Where is it?
That it's
Minneapolis, right?
Yeah, past Minneapolis. Like
Okay.
I forget the city because it's a
He's
native.
from
It's
he's
from,
from
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's in a town maybe like 25, 35 minutes away from the Twin Cities, actually, that he has his huge estate at.
Okay.
It's a Native American name, so I don't want to try to butcher it. So, but it's fantastic. 10 out of 10 experience.
Okay.
Would recommend.
Nice. Nice.
The second album would have to be Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Okay.
Great.
Double album.
Love that.
You know?
Yeah.
We covered that one.
Yeah.
Extensively.
Fantastic.
It's got a little of everything.
The third album, the Wu-Tang Clan, 36 Chambers, I believe that's a
good,
one.
That's a
good one too.
That's probably one of the more common top fives, I think, because it's it
stretches so many genres.
It's perfect.
It's
fantastic.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Fourth album would probably be the White Album from the Beatles that they did. That's a good one too. I had that throughout my treatment, like when I was in treatment for a minute.
That is a good call. Another double album.
Nice.
Yeah. You got a lot of tracks for your Desert Island 5.
Yeah, and then the fifth one would have to be the Chocolate and Cheese Ween album.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that one.
Nice.
Sure.
Nice.
That's his favorite Ween album.
It's good. It's really, really good.
Freedom 76 is probably my favorite one.
We'll probably eventually get there.
Yeah.
I feel like with Ween, we're going to probably cover a lot of it.
We'll cover most of them.
Yeah.
Buenos Tardes Amigos is on that one too. That was a good, funny, 8-minute song. I love it.
Yeah. They have a lot of things to talk about, I think, as far as their discography. We're never short for conversation topics for this. Right. But I think that those are really good 5.
Yeah,
very for sure.
Good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, here's the end of the theme. And thanks again, as always, to Grant Summerland for the theme from his album Bigfoot Museum. Still out. Go check it out. It's a fun one. And I know we just got past Halloween season, but it's spooky.
It's a fun one.
Hey,
if you still
Dia de los Muertos is still going on. That's a bit spooky.
There we go. Yeah, there's still reasons. But we got 4 more tracks for you guys. This next track we have for you is this one's definitely more in the vein of Piss Up a Rope. This track is called Mr. Richard Smoker.
Dark meat, Mr. Richard Smoker, you're a chicken choker. Tonight you're gonna let it all hang out. Pantyhose and Aquanet, smoking menthol cigarettes. Tonight we'll tango in the street. You eat dark meat.
See, this is another one. They had to have had them record this before the vocals.
This one sounds very different than the rest of the album.
Oh yeah,
this
is where the trumpet came in.
Is this country?
Too.
What is this?
Oh, this is country.
Did
you not hear what you just the clip you just?
Yeah, come on.
That's old country.
But it's so
upbeat old country.
It reminds me of
old country always mixed with old pop.
It reminds me of Richard Cheese, which is lounge music. Okay, I mean, I guess that probably has some roots with country, but it seems very lounge.
But I heard that. That's country. I know it's a small thing, but that's still that's.
Yeah.
And then what it rolled into, I've heard that in a million.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, this was a song that was heavily criticized at the time, and now probably for being homophobic.
Yeah,
there's a litany of homophobic things in this one, but again, I want to say this is them again trying to embody what they see certain country songs as.
I could attest to that over here. With the backing stuff, especially, yes.
Well, also there's a little part here where he says, "Mr. Richard Smoker, you're an Ono Yoker," which seems to refer to himself because what was it? Dean Ween was in the same year on a Yoko Oko album.
Oh,
all right.
So
he was just like referencing.
There's no
himself.
way he was making that reference on the same year without consciously thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it could also be that this is like a third person like throwing these homophobic things at him or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there is a different perspective you could take on it. Although it is called Mr. Richard Smoker,
Yes.
which is Mr. Dick Smoker. So, make your own decisions on where you think this is coming from. But
they were really pushing the boundaries on this one for sure.
Well,
like,
you know,
at
I
least,
mean,
but then again, during the 90s.
This is the era of like South Park.
Yeah.
Like this is not
So, like,
at this point in history is not considered
right.
the edgiest.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And it's like back then they just like fully just did
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
they
yeah.
just went
Did
balls
not
to the
give a
wall so that they just
shit.
went
Well, yeah,
for
we
it.
didn't.
And honestly,
well,
it's the
this
best.
is like pre.
It's like a good one.
This is like pre even gay marriage. You know what I mean? So this is
But
we're in a very different
and then-
place.
It's crazy because eventually they came out with a song called Homo Rainbow.
Homo Rainbow.
Homo Rainbow. And it's so positive towards the LGBTQ.
Well, yeah,
Like,
and
that's the thing. It's like
that's the thing. The thing about Ween is they go all the way with their jokes. They embody them to the
Yes.
To the T.
like they
yeah.
have conscience of what they're singing about.
yeah.
and
Like
it's-
this isn't something Weird Al would do.
Yeah.
It's
you
always
know,
something
but
they would defend.
It is a form of humor
Yes.
that they're trying to do.
It's
Yeah.
always something they would defend. It's like
Yeah.
they're going full bore into their humor.
Yeah.
They know they'll be able to like defend it if they have to. That's
I think that
that's kind of what I see.
Well, yeah, I think that is important. Like, context is always important, and what does stand the test of time. There isn't really something hard and fast rules as to what does and what doesn't. I mean, I know it's easy to say like, oh, everything's cancelable now, but people do get away with edgy humor still. It's just there's
We're trying to be more aware.
we're trying to be exactly and I'm sure a lot of people have changed their kind of perspectives on things in the last 20 years. It's definitely though, like if you're looking at it from a 2022 perspective, there's a lot of
not PC quality.
not PC quality. But I think it's fun. I like the doodly daboop. Doodly baboop. Doodly baboop.
Little
Little scats. Yeah. I always enjoy when it's done well. I heard someone on Comedy Bang Bang recently whose whole character was that they scatted.
Yeah.
And like it was all like deep, like they weren't they weren't going into like very other.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god, this is horrible. But
and he nailed it.
He nailed it.
He nailed it in this one for sure. That scat,
Yeah.
skitty scat.
But yeah, the fact that there are also people that roll with Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
They're like making performance pieces and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
That's
They're
what they're
those like I don't know. They must have connected in that weird artsy way that her and John Lennon or whatever connected.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd imagine that'd be a fun room to hang out in.
It's a little bit easier to do when you're brothers,
Yeah.
Especially if you bond over something.
Or were they brothers? No, they're friends.
No, they're
friends.
they're best
Okay,
friends.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well,
at that point, when
then they're chosen brothers.
Yeah.
We should say
That's the same
their
thing.
names are like stage names.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But still, though, like then
they've
they're,
been
like,
together
yeah,
since ever.
and if
you
that
know?
works, then that works. You know.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get into their origin story on one of the other episodes because, they go way, way back. This next track we have for you is another song that is a interpolation of a separate song. Although this time it is an interpolation of a country song, not the 90s ass Chariots of Fire song. This is Help Me Scrape the Mucus Off My Brain.
Help me.
Oh.
If you really love me, baby, help me scrape the mucus off my brain.
Fuck.
Damn.
Great clip.
Going crazy on that guitar.
Picking them strings.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Absolutely.
Who is this on the guitar in this one? Let me see. Hold on, I'm looking it up. Jason, you mark my words. I'm looking it up. They don't have the liner notes, Jason. I'm so sorry.
Bastards.
But I think that this might be. There's got Dan on vocals for this one, or Dean, sorry, on vocals for this one, and then it's got a riff. So I'm going to assume that this is what kind of guitar do you think this is?
It had to be like an acoustic guitar. Honestly, I don't think it was a
They don't
steel
have
guitar.
classic. They don't have like what type of guitar they're playing. But
you know what?
It's one of these guys.
All
if you
these
guys know, Jason, give us another call and let me know who's playing the guitar on this track.
Yes.
I assume you know who's playing guitar in every Ween track at this point. But
that was a beautiful clip that you picked, though. You got a nice little like steel guitar. You got some of that classic guitar. Even the vocals, just like
and this is like a classic like country like picking yourself up off the floor after a long night kind of track.
Absolutely.
You guys are suggesting that's like about
just like bender.
A bender.
You're just like going out and like you have like a significant other just waiting at home very disappointed and
help me,
just please
help me anything.
If you love me,
pop a top again.
Make
exactly.
I don't know how you deal with hangovers anymore. I try to avoid them.
I make spicy ramen. Make just the broth, just like eating it all and then
spicy
the
is a good idea.
Spicy
is a good idea to start out with.
That
will get the mucus off your brain.
Yeah,
right there.
straight.
It's all the mucus down.
Some habanero peppers in there sometimes. Someone gave me some smoked peppers. I throw those on there. Really hot.
Fuck, dude, that
so good.
That sounds like the best
fiery.
bowl of ramen ever. Yeah. So he's trying to scrape the mucus off his brain.
Chicken wings.
And this track is, like I said, a interpolation of a Merle Haggard song by the name of "If We Make It Through December."
I have not heard of that.
Here's some of that.
Everything's gonna be alright, I know. It's the coldest time of winter, and I shiver when I see the falling snow.
Yeah, you can hear a little bit of the classical kind of Spanish guitar.
In the background. I heard that.
But it's their version is a much more sped up version, and it's
that's what
it's like pretty loosely, I think, interpolating it. Like not as much as Japanese Cowboy.
Yeah, exactly.
The Merle Haggard one was kind of interesting. Like every other like line was like a different time signature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't run into that much in country, or at least don't notice it much in country. But
there's
a lot of weird time stuff going on with that one.
They like to tell you a story. That's the thing in the picture.
That's usually what you're focused on.
Like that's how they bring you in. And you're like,
you're not thinking about like Meshuggah time signatures when you're listening to Merle Haggard. You know what I mean? But hey, sometimes they like to get weird. Country people like to get weird with time signatures.
Oh, you know it. Willie Nelson, let's go. Come on.
Yeah. But it's a fun track though. Help me scrape the mucus off my brain. Very Ween.
Very Ween.
Very Ween. Yeah.
It's like it's like this one is like the opposite of like It's Been a Long Night on the Quebec album. It's like like that one's like straight in your face, like they're pulling razor blades out, they're hinting it right off the bat what's happening. And then this one's like I'm just like out with the boys. I'm sorry I'm coming with the boys. I'm sorry I'm coming home late. The dog will get fed some point. Our dog will be fine, but I
need you to just scrape the mucus off. Like that kind of thing.
I'd like to think that this is the same. This is the same woman he's talking to as he's talking to piss on a rope.
Piss up a rope, or like I don't want to leave you on the farm. It's like the same.
It's the opposite of that.
It's the same thing because it's like he doesn't want.
I know I told you to pack your bags and piss up a rope, but
But,
right now.
I didn't mean it.
I need you.
I need you to help me scrape the mucus
I
off my
didn't
brain.
mean it.
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Swear,
Maybe that's
baby,
what,
just come
maybe
back
that's what
to
this
me.
is supposed to be as a song. It's supposed to be like a response or continuation of that or something.
Right, of just the story.
Yeah,
of what's
yeah.
happening.
That is the
well,
story
I mean, I
of
guess
the
it,
album,
like
I guess,
towards
huh?
the last song. I mean, I guess it kind of
Yeah, maybe.
someone's
maybe.
name does get brought up in.
Yeah, we almost have a cohesive concept
Yeah.
figured out here. Let's see what's going on in this next track. This is track 9. This is The Fool.
Bless the Father, bless the Son, cross your heart, 'cause you're the one collecting moonbeams in the morning. Curvy sticks and wooden.
These guys just knew what they were doing.
Actually, it's You Were the Fool.
You were the fool.
Not just the fool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's another like another pretty genuine sounding one for the most part.
These
Yeah,
guys
it's
just-
definitely.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah,
They knew what they were doing.
yeah.
They know.
Although
They know
if you got your mind in the gutter, you can see this part: curvy sticks and wooden holes, assisting you in plugging holes. Just knowing the guys, that
Right,
we're talking
exactly.
about.
Yeah. If you know the boys, you know what's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
You know what?
you know what's up.
Holes
You know
are
what's
getting
up.
plugged.
Yeah.
But that steel
yeah.
guitar being
Oh,
plucked
yes.
in the background
yeah,
on this
really,
song,
really nice.
very nice. Gives
Yeah.
you the feel of what's
The
happening.
ambiance.
And it like with like the whole moonbeams in the morning, like it's like the crack
Yeah.
of dawn. It's still
Yeah.
night out. Like that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm picturing when he says that.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
ambiance throughout the whole
Maybe
thing.
like,
Guitar
uh,
just makes it, just brings it
Perfection.
all together.
like
man.
after 2
Perfection.
a.m.
Yeah.
when you're going home with the boys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
Going home with the boys. That's when you
I
are.
sit
you were the
there-
fool.
Right.
I
and
sit
they
there-
and it's the next song after Help Me Scrape the Music on the Brain.
Music
So
on-
he's
yeah.
clearly in that moment
Mhm.
having a bender, and then
Oh,
now
yeah.
he's going home, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
damn.
Yeah, it's just a little out of order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
no, dude, sitting there listening to that, I could sit there feeling like with my hand out the window,
Yeah.
just like looking at the stars. I'm drunk. I'm in the passenger seat.
Okay, good.
Yeah, right, there we go.
Yeah, for a
Like,
second.
what do you mean?
Oh
You
no,
can hang
I'm in
out
the
your-
passenger
I'm
seat.
drunk.
Don't you
I'm
worry.
driving.
I was never driving.
You were the
Once
fool.
I got past
Johnny.
like
You were the
16 and a
fool.
half, I never drove.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
friends
yeah.
knew. My
Nice.
friends knew better than that.
Good shit.
Yeah. It's there's already enough of us in Wisconsin doing
Exactly.
that on the road.
We need to
you know,
cut
we
that
don't need
out.
to add to the
Yeah.
to the numbers.
Listen, we can live our lifestyles. We just have to use more public transportation or good friends. That's it.
Just create
Give me my
transporters.
train.
Just create teleporters. Come on.
Yeah,
I'm
teleporters.
tired
Seriously,
of this.
I don't
Just
care if
zap.
I
just wanna be
die and
zapped
I'm
right there.
reinstituted every single
Or
time.
you get
That's
pushed
fine.
into a
I
whole
don't
new
care.
dimension or something, like
Hey, whatever works.
become the Watchman eventually,
If
like
I-
Dr. Manhattan coming out,
We
Yes.
just brought that up last podcast.
Yeah, we did.
We're talking about that on our vacation.
We went to
space.
Mars. Someone went to Mars. I can't remember really,
Right.
but
I don't
we were
remember much of the
theorizing.
trip either.
We were theorizing that the god on Mars would still be Dr. Manhattan, just hanging dong,
No. Just hanging dong,
hanging
just
dong like he
creating.
does.
Just hanging his dong.
Yeah.
Like the planet's not even a planet; it's actually just a contraption, like an entire power core that he just
no,
made.
it's one of his nuts now. It's like his right nut now. He's become part of the planet.
That's amazing.
I think I got the clip for this episode. Yeah, I don't know how to transition back out of this.
Anyways,
Well,
speaking of being the
we're,
fool,
we're talking about being a great song, and it's
it's good fun. It's good fun.
good fun.
Long ass fade out. Really
Right.
long ass fade out. This is like
yeah, but that it gives you that
one of the
sense
longest
of
I've
like you're like
experienced.
that you're walking.
that's
for,
true.
like it gives you that aspect of
Yeah.
like being out there.
Right.
And
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
walking or you're like driving.
Where time
riding
is kind of
horses.
ethereal. You don't
And
really.
that's what
know how
maybe
fast
that's what
it's
you
going.
think. That's how your process is going.
It feels like it's been 5 minutes, but you smoked like 4 cigarettes, so you know it hasn't been 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah. We've been there. We've all been there, especially if you're from
Oh, yeah.
Madison. Yeah, we got one more track for you guys though.
Oh.
This next track we're changing lanes. And
not even just changing lanes. It's just like
this is where and this is where they show their hands. This is called Fluffy.
Penny takes Fluffy for a walk out on the path. Fluffy chases the other doggies on the path.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there you go. When he says Penny.
And then they use.
He says Penny, right?
Dean.
Penny's the
Penny's his
so
his
clearly,
wife, I think.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's been like a whole story
Yeah,
from
yeah.
like start to finish of just like.
Shit, is this actually been connected?
I feel like
I
it
think
almost.
so.
It sounds like it.
It
Okay,
may have been.
Mr. Richard Smoker, maybe not so. I don't know.
I tell
Now,
you,
hey,
he's-
maybe
that's
he
just
had-
him. That's just him
Maybe
complaining.
he had a guy on the side. Maybe one of the guys he's going out with, he's actually involved with.
Ah, right.
You know?
So,
Like,
oh man,
you know what I
and
mean?
then exactly, help me scrape
Okay.
my mucus off my
Uh-huh.
brain. What has he done? He's
What
just
has
like,
he done?
Oh well, then that takes a whole different approach for that one. But I think that there's an argument.
there's
that can
at
be
least
said.
something.
There's-
happening
yeah.
here, You know, like there's some story.
I don't know where Japanese Cowboy fits into all of this.
Exactly.
But
we can figure that out in the
you know,
aftermath.
maybe that's the
Exactly.
ethnicity of his friend. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is another story happening here.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
could-
But he comes back to Jenny though at the very end here.
Yeah.
Jenny who has the dog Fluffy, and so this is again.
he misses the good puppy on the porch.
I say this is where they show their hand because this is fucking ridiculous.
yes.
Like
But it's so done well
it's done
that
so
I just like
it's done so earnestly, you know.
so great.
Yeah. And like I feel like up to this point you could say like they might be being serious about most of it.
Yeah.
But
Couple 2 Tree songs.
but this is just a fuck off lyrics.
Fluffy.
Or something fluff. It's like
Buddy.
it's like really deep instrumentals. It's really amazing instrumentals.
Yes.
Like that could make you cry with the right lyrics.
oh my god!
You
If
know?
it wasn't named
It's
Fluffy, it
beautiful
would've been
country
great.
music.
But like he's got the voice shifted fucking
I know,
buddy.
but it works.
On the power.
It works though.
So this worked for you, John? This one?
Oh,
This-
Hey,
this song
hey,
works for
honestly,
me hard.
I
Yeah.
get it from this song, but like, it's a whole great album. I love
it's
all 10
a
songs.
really
It's
fun
a
album.
Great,
It's a really interesting look at
how these
What's-
legends became like part of this.
part of
Like,
this weird joke
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
y'all did good.
well-constructed-
Y'all, they all did good job.
Yeah,
They did. It was
absolutely.
magically done.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry that the
Flowers
Gene and
all
Dean.
around.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Gene and Dean just went completely left on it.
Yeah. Because I know that there are some people that like talk about this like, oh, was it something that was intentional
Right.
or whatever? It's like, yeah, of course it was fucking
course it was
intentional.
all
What do you-
intentional.
like,
The whole thing was intentional.
yeah.
They knew what they were doing.
They always
They had it
I'm
planned
learning
out.
that they always know what they're doing.
Yeah.
like the first couple albums I was like, oh, these guys are really out there, you know? But I think they plan a little everything, you know?
They planned that
They've
so
been
no
friends
one.
since high school. They've been friends since like maybe 14 years old.
Yeah,
At least
yeah,
that's,
junior
like,
high.
from-
Junior
yeah,
high,
junior
they
high.
met in typing class.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it's almost like King
And the-
Gizzard kind of shit. You know, it's like
That's true.
if you just start off like doing everything,
Yeah.
no one's
yeah.
ever going to expect what you're going to do
Exactly.
That's
next.
true. That's true.
Sorry.
No, you're
Edgar,
good,
I
you're
did
good.
not mean
Yeah.
No, that's a
But
good
I was
example.
saying, I was
yeah.
saying that exact thing earlier. Like that's the one way they are similar to King Gizzard is that they just do whatever.
It's right there.
And they
They're just
don't
like,
care about the commercial success of it.
Yeah.
Even though
They're just having fun.
they're on a major label in this point.
Yeah.
So like a lot of
Electra.
people cared for sure. They're like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do with
What are you
this?
guys doing?
Like, fortunately the Mollusk came out the next year.
Yeah, and they're
So,
like,
like,
okay.
You know,
okay.
Ocean Man, right?
Ocean
yeah,
Man.
yeah, tight. We're good.
Of course, that came right.
Well, that one
after.
had what? It also had like the song called "Pink Eye on My Leg."
Oh yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
that's just.
yeah.
There's also like a
There's one about tripping.
Yeah, there's one where it's just like dog noises and like like that. It's like,
strange album.
It's amazing.
But I think
Perfectly made.
I think they probably had like a lot of that like ready and in the canon just in
they
case,
were just like
you know,
the Essence Junior High. They've planned their entire future. They're like, we're gonna be the weirdest and
the second
greatest
we get on a record label,
underground.
The second we earn their trust.
Who knows what they've been planning?
Exactly.
Yeah. It seems that they have a master plan, these Ween fellas,
and they've done a great job.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, I would. If they ever play nearby, I'm definitely.
Oh my god, yes, I would love to see these guys play live.
So that's been Ween's 12 Golden Country Greats. Let us know.
There were some country
at
greats.
608 Hit Nerd what you think of the album, and if you have any extra thoughts about this one. Really just a weird, fun. It's always a fun time with these Ween guys.
Definitely.
Regardless of how you feel about some of the lyrics, it's fun. You'll be bobbing your head along with it.
You won't help but enjoy.
You cannot help.
It's just it happens.
Some of these tracks. Before we get out of here, we're going to go around the horn and we're going to find out what everyone has been listening to and what they have to plug. This time I'll start with you, Edgar, and then I'll move around the table back to me.
All right. What have I been listening to? Honestly, I just bought, I think about a week ago, I'm not correct here, one of the first Elton John CDs or albums that he dropped.
Yeah.
Where Rocket Man's in it, Hunky Cat named Hercules is in it.
I think that's a self-titled one. If I'm not
not 100%.
That could be why you don't remember it.
Exactly. But I have the CD in the car and I have it. I've been listening to it back and forth. Honestly.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude!
I've been
old school, dude.
Oh, definitely. I went. Well,
your CD player works in your car.
Yes,
that's cool.
We went to B-Side Records. That's where I got it, down on State Street.
Oh yeah,
good place. You want some good records?
Yeah, that's great stuff.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Definitely
amazing.
Yeah, Steph got me a card there. That's where I got some of my good ones too.
But then there was I went to a concert on the Majestic, saw Asher Roth as well. So I've kind of been bouncing between both of those guys.
Yeah.
So
hell yeah,
that's amazing.
Nice. And what about you, John? What have you been listening to? What you got to plug?
Well, so in re-listening to the Blood, Sweat, and Tears album, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Yes.
There's actually this blues interpolation part where they just do they combine some old blues standards. And one of the blues standards is actually Sunshine of Your Love, which they do all instrumentally, with no guitars or anything.
Yeah.
And it took me a minute to realize that's what it was. And it was really cool.
Yeah.
Plus the rest of the songs are just really good too.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I'm looking forward to listening to that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Otherwise, I've been watching The Midnight Club on Netflix, and it's really good.
Is that the kind of scary looking one?
Yeah.
Scary
And
thumbnail.
it's like 10 episodes, and each episode's got a scary story, and it's got a whole overlying scary story because it's like part
But
of
are they related? Do they connect or?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, each episode
it looked like
is
it
part
was
of the series.
one of those Tales from a Crypt type deals.
Yeah.
But a narrator maybe.
See, it's there is no real narrator.
Okay.
The thing is it's a bunch of people that are dying from terminal diseases.
Jeez.
Kids.
Oh, that's
a bunch
fun.
of kids that are dying from terminal diseases. And they all meet at midnight to tell themselves scary stories because they're not scared of them.
Jesus.
And so it's
this is a really bleak setup.
It really is. But it's really good. I recommend it. Highly.
Okay.
Midnight Club.
Midnight Club.
Good stuff.
Damn.
Oof.
These kids are hardcore.
I gotta pee though.
Go for it. I have been listening to again a lot of King Gizzard. I can't stop. But I decided to go a little bit further into my journey into the jam bands, and I listened to the first Grateful Dead album.
Oh, nice.
And it was pretty standard 60s rock pop stuff, I guess, for me. It wasn't what I know the Grateful Dead for. So I'm looking forward to listening to more of it though and seeing how they grow. And then as far as what I got to plug, Why don't you go over to the YouTube channel? We just released our second episode of Music Movies Tonight. And you can, if you want to, you can go on the journey of trying to understand David Lee Roth's barbecue. David Lee Roth something barbecue. It's a really long title.
That to me.
It's batshit crazy, and we watched it and reacted to it and tried to make sense of it.
Right.
So definitely check out our YouTube at Flyover State Park. And yeah, that's what we got going on there. And that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you, Edgar, for coming on.
for having me again. This has been a pleasure.
Yeah. We'll have to hit you up on either the next Ween or the next like Prince thing that comes up. Cause
let me know.
We haven't done Prince yet on side A, so yeah.
There's so many albums, man. I get it. You know, you got so many. You got so much to cover, and anything new that's coming out as well.
Yeah.
You can give me the word, I'll be here.
All right. Well, looking forward to it. Thank you all for listening to the Album Concept Hour.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night, and happy Indigenous Peoples Month. The Album Concept Hour is Brad LeBaron, Dave Gallagher, John Aker, and Jake the Snake Foster. Special thanks to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard for the theme music. Join the discussion on our Discord, tweet to us at Album Concept Pod, or for everything else, go to Linktree/Flyover State Park. See you on Side B. This is Flyover State Park. You are clear to land.